I mentioned this earlier, but there is a man in Minnesota who is trying to get a local school district to put up a Ten Commandments monument outside the school district. And a couple of things about this, because it's kind of funny, because obviously it's illegal. The guy's name is Dennis Dodge, and he was doing this to the Park Rapids School Board in Minnesota. And basically, he says by fall of next year, he's going to make it, or he's going to hire out whoever's going to make this monument. And it's the Ten Commandments, and he wants to put it in front of the school. And he made a pitch to the school board earlier this week. And he knows this school board because for 32 years, he sat on this school board, which is scary to think about. And he only stepped down or lost an election in 2022. So now he's going back and saying, hey, buddies who I worked with for a long time, I want this up there. Can you put up this monument? And of course, I looked for a video of the school board meeting, and for some reason, I could not find any copy of it. I didn't realize they were allowed to not post that stuff. But according to a local news article about this, Dodge argued that current society is in a war between good and evil, and Satan seems to be winning because we're allowing him to, by allowing God to be pushed out of government, churches, homes, and schools. And then he said, and I quote, I'm going to show you this so you could see it for yourself. The actual article is paywalled, but I will show you this little bit here. Where did it go? Here we go. Our society has lost its moral compass, its values, and its respect for each other, he said, adding that if we can save even one child from Satan's grapes, it is worth every cent we spend on this donation because God's children are priceless. I have never heard the phrase Satan's grapes. All day long, people were telling me that's a great name for a band. That's what they're now going to call their testicles. There are many uses of that phrase, but I've never heard it in this context. But so this guy, Dennis Dodge, he makes this presentation. I think he knew there might be legal problems with it because he tried to acknowledge that in his speech to the school board and try to say, it's fine, you guys. Just to give you a reminder, the Supreme Court in 2005 said a courthouse in Kentucky cannot have a standalone Ten Commandments monument outside the courthouse. That's clearly a promotion of religion. Not okay. The Supreme Court also said the Texas legislature can have a Ten Commandments monument outside the building because there are a dozen monuments to the Declaration of Independence and the Bill of Rights or something like that. So as long as it's part of a bunch of historical items, then the Ten Commandments might be permissible. That's okay. Also, in 1980, the Supreme Court said that a law requiring schools to post a copy of the Ten Commandments in classrooms by itself, that's illegal because it doesn't have any secular purpose. And when I was talking about a Ten Commandments law in Louisiana earlier, that's what the Louisiana Senate is now trying to fix. They're saying, we can't just put the Ten Commandments up by itself. Let's put a little disclaimer that says, you guys, it's historical, and maybe that'll do it. And that's not enough. That's not how you fix it. But what Dodge said during his presentation is that all those Supreme Court precedents don't apply to his monument because he said the Supreme Court permits the Ten Commandments to be on public property so long as the goal of displaying them is not to gain support for religion, which is a weird thing to say because so he's saying, I'm not putting it up here to win converts. I'm putting it up because kids just need to know who God is. Buddy, it's the same thing. What are you talking about? Of course you're putting it up to win converts. You can't say, I don't care if they convert to Christianity. I just want them to know what God says. It's the same damn thing. But the funniest thing about all this is that this guy had a picture of the blueprint of what his monument would look like. And I have to show it to you because it is the funniest damn thing I've ever seen. Here you go. This is his design. God's 10 Commandments. Shall we zoom in here? Ah, yes. You shall have no other gods before me. That's commandment number 1. Commandment number 2 is gone. Doesn't matter. That would be the one about not worshiping false idols. I guess that's okay now. You can do that. Um, so that's bizarre. I don't know what's going on there. There's also, you know what else is missing on there? Don't bear false witness against your neighbors. The commandment that basically says don't lie. That's missing from the list too. Where is that one? Or is lying okay now? Because of all the commandments, you would want to strike off the list because you don't need them. The one that says no lying is kind of one of the ones you would keep. So I don't know. Maybe this guy should learn how to count. That might be a good idea. Now, the Freedom from Religion Foundation has also sent a letter to this school district basically saying, what the hell are you people doing? And one of their attorneys, Hirsch Joshi, is urging the school board, don't put this up. It's totally illegal. You're going to get sued. Annie Laurie Gaylord, the co-president of FFRF, said the Park Rapids area schools has no business telling students which gods to have, how many gods to have, or whether to have any gods at all. And the letter, Joshi also says, the monument sends the message that school children don't need to learn how to count. Well played. That's great. I love that they're bringing it up. In case you're wondering, the school board itself did not vote on this issue yet. The board chair said she needed some time to think about this. She said, I know how I feel, but I'm only one person. So she wants more information from people in the community. Like, that's a weird answer. And I know he's your buddy, but like, no, the right answer is to say, buddy, we're not putting this up. Bye. Thanks for making your presentation, but we're not doing it. And the chair right now is saying, let us think about it and we'll get back to you. Like, why are you giving the man hope? Don't do that. The kids need a decent education in this district. They don't need the commandments. They need to learn, what the Constitution says. They need to learn how to count. Basic math is good. They do not need the list of 9 commandments. They don't need a set of archaic rules about not obeying the Christian God or not working on the Sabbath or not sleeping with the neighbor's wife or whatever these people want kindergartners to learn. It's not worth their time. It's illegal. The school district is in for a world of trouble if they do it because they will face a lawsuit. They will lose the lawsuit. They will be out a lot of money. It's not worth it. Tell the dude to put up the 9 commandments in his own backyard. That's it for that one. We're almost done. One more story. I'll take questions. Is he going to pay for school supplies with all that money first? That's a wonderful question. And I don't think he answered that question. So I'll go ahead and answer it for him. No, of course he's not. He's not going to pay for school supplies or school lunches or anything. Nope, he's just buying this monument because it's what the kids need. I'm drinking Satan's grapes right now. I hope you're talking about wine because I don't know what the other options are anymore. Possibly typo for grasp. If it was Satan's grasp, if they were trying to protect people from Satan's grasp, that would make more sense. But I will tell you, this is where it was annoying because I was looking for the video. I wanted to see the guy's presentation because I'm sure he said like the things that were transcribed in the local newspaper article, there were other errors in there, but I could not figure out what Satan's grapes was trying to say. Thank you. You may have cleared up, but I'm not going to go with it. I'm still going to believe it's Satan's grapes because it's too great to let go.